What's goody, everyone? This is Kimi, and I'm back with my tea of the day. Welcome to episode 45, Cuatro y Cinco. Thank y'all for listening. Let's get into some things. So, I want to pose a question. Is there a gay agenda? Just think to yourself, do you feel like there's a gay agenda? Now, here's my case. Let's get into Boosie real quick. So I feel like Boosie, he repeatedly said that he pays people to give his 12-year-old son head. Here's the thing with that. For one, that's rape. So you're paying someone to rape your child. Secondly, just by you doing that, this does not mean that once he gets older, he might come into a realization that he's gay. And you did that for what reason? Because you wanted to make sure that he was straight? I don't understand. And it's sad because I'm quite sure he dealt with that when he was a kid. I'm quite sure his brother or his father, something like that, did that for him. Here's another question. Or I'm confused with how that deems you as straight, or that's helping you think straight or be straight, or whatever the logic of that is. I don't understand it, and it's damaging our men by putting this stereotypical society-based bullshit as this is what needs to happen at this age, and you need to start seeing pussy or XYZ at this age, or I have to make sure that my son does not turn out to be gay. So I have to do everything in the world to not make that happen. And boo-boo, you can do whatever you want to in the whole entire world. You can buy your son a wife, if that's what you wanted to do. You can do an arranged marriage or XYZ. But if your child is born gay, your child is going to be gay. You're not going to change that. You're not going to alter that. You're not going to do anything like that. Because once he gets out into the world, and if that's something that he likes, and he tried it. And he came into his own as, this is what I wanted. This is what I want. This is who I am. And if that happens, Bruce is going to have a humongous question to ask himself. Is he going to be like every other deadbeat father who leaves the child because of the sexuality? Or is he going to actually stand up and be the man in that child's life that child needs? But we already know the answer to that. He's not. Because look what he said to Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union about how they're raising Zaya. And his remarks towards that family was horrific, it was vile, it was disgusting, and it really just disturbed me to my motherfucking core. Because this is a black family who is raising their child in the way that their child needs to be raised. This is who their child is. Their child was born in the wrong body. Their child is trans. And it is what it is. So they're making the necessary steps so she can live a comfortable life as who she is and learn to begin to love herself, and so she knows exactly what she wants to do in terms of her transition. Nowhere did they say that they're cutting off her penis. Never in the world did they say that. But however, him and every other black person, a lot of black people decided to say, oh, why are they doing that? She's too young, or he's too young to make that decision. First of all, she's a she. And they're not making a decision off of that. They're making a decision to make sure that their daughter, is comfortable in her skin. They said nothing about a transformation, fully transitioning or anything like that. They really need to look into and really need to pay attention to your kids, because I'm quite sure a lot of your kids out there are dealing with the same issues. So, again, is there a gay agenda? I feel like there's not a gay agenda because there's not enough gay people that you visibly see. It hasn't been this powerful in terms of acting, in terms of television and movies, and just giving us stories that a lot of gay men can relate to. And however, it's still not enough. We still see 9 pussies versus anything in terms of a gay scene. We don't see gay scenes, but we can see tits and pussies all day on TV or in movies. There's never really that many gay couple being displayed on TV. It's getting a little better now, and I'm liking how there are more of a variety to look at. So you can say, okay, I don't relate to him, but I do relate to him. So everyone can still see themselves on TV. And that's the problem. We're still looking to see ourselves. So there's not a gay agenda. It's just visible now because we're tired of not being seen. We're tired of being ignored. We're tired of being ridiculed. We're tired of being beaten. We're tired of being cursed out, abandoned, left for dead. We're tired. So yes, we need to see ourselves just like y'all need to see yourself. And it seems to, for whatever reason, be a problem or an issue because of your comfortability. It's not us doing too much. It's just you're not comfortable enough. And that sounds like more of a you problem than an us problem. So where can we become more comfortable? Like, I'm so elated to see more of myself, per se, on TV. Like, when they first started putting gay characters on TV, like, let's look at Noah's Ark. Noah's Ark is a great show. I wish it lasted longer. I wish we seen the real relationship or marriage of Wade and Noah. And to really see if they was really going to be able to stay committed or was this going to be a divorce type of thing, like unfortunately happens a lot in our community or just in the black community, period. Because we don't do enough homework on the person that we're going out with. But especially for gay people, it's a lot worse because we really don't do our homework because we're just trying to survive. So we're just going into relationships without our blinders, which is an issue. But with those characters, I didn't see myself. And to me, it poses a question of what do you consider yourself? Because in society's eyes, there's only one type of gay male. Or two. It is the very feminine acting guy who possibly dabbles in voguing, dabbles in wearing makeup, wearing hair, dabbles in the whole woodwork of not necessarily being trans, but being like drag, or just being extremely feminine, like they want to be a woman. Or you just have the download brother, who gets no love, no credit, and they just assume it's just those two people. But there's other facets and colors and just beauty within those two levels. There's just so much. Like for me, I'm in between a lot, and then it's weird because I was having a conversation with a guy, and she was like, I thought you was femme. I'm like, no, I told you I was in between. I'm in between. I can be masculine, I can be feminine. Sometimes you can tell, sometimes you cannot tell. Just because my voice may not be as deep does not mean that I am feminine. And there's no problem with being feminine at all. It's just, that's not everyone's story. So you can't box us all into the same story. We could be part of the same chapter, but there's still different layers to each individual person. And I don't feel like us as the gay community, we get to see all of those colors because of the bashing, the pettiness, the shade, the not lifting each other up. Like, what is the problem with going to your brother and be like, look, sis, no, this is what a butch queen is. This is what trade is. This is what that is. Instead of just judging, and you're judging for what reason? Because I'm quite sure you didn't know that at a particular moment, but you was taught that. But we don't teach each other. We just let each other just fend for ourselves, which is a problem. Like, I don't feel like, I don't know. Yeah, we just fend for ourselves. So I feel, in terms of the variety of people that we see on TV, is getting better, but I still don't fully see all facets of a gay black man. And I feel like we need to see more. And I feel like people like writers and directors do not need to be scared to show us making love, to show the nitty gritty of what we do. But don't make it seem like that's all we are. Don't make it seem like, as a storyline, that's all we are, the gay man. Because that's what we're already seeing that. And that's not true. Like, gay man. Let me talk to you. I feel like we're so sex driven, it's sad. It's sad that everyone wants to have their own thing. Everyone wants to do this. Everyone wants to be a masseuse and a massager. Like, that's good. It's great that you have a big dick or a big ass or both. That's good. Good for you. And not everyone's blessed like that, for one. And secondly, there's more to life than sex. There's more to relationships than sex. There's more to anything than sex. Like, yes, if you have to make your money that way, I'm not no way shaming sex workers or anything like that. By all means, I do dabble in working XYZ. But in terms of like that being everything that you promote, like that being everything, especially like people who can really sing or people who trying to really act, how are you really getting out there if all we're seeing in terms of your resume and your material is your dick and your ass and you sucking dick or getting fucked or XYZ? How can we fully take you serious if there's nothing more that you're showing us? And if you're showing us more, why are you still pushing the sex agenda? Because we're not gonna look at anything else. If you really want to be an actor, you have to take your craft seriously. If you really want to be a singer, you have to take your craft seriously. Like, especially there's a lot of talented people out there, but they're not taking their craft as serious as it should be. And it's sad because I think that they feel like that's how they can get in the door now. Like, that's the only way, by showing this, I can be seen, I can get in the door, and I can be visible. But there's other ways to be visible. There's other ways to promote yourself. There's other ways to promote your dopeness. Live in your dopeness. You have to know who you are and be comfortable in who you are. And don't follow a blueprint. Because that blueprint is not for you. And we need to stop looking for validation. Because we look for that a lot. Especially like as a black community, we look for it. So, especially as a gay community, we look for that a lot. Because we want to be loved. We want to be wanted. We want to be looked at as sexy. We want to be looked at as masculine. We want to be looked at as this. We want to be looked at as that. And you're making you're making a smoke scheme of who you are as a person. How should be looked at as who you are? Do you not want that piece of? Like, we have to do better as a community with them lifting each other up and teaching each other. And just growing in our businesses and our all facets of a man. Let's get into the term masculinity or being masculine. And this really comes up in a lot of my conversations, and I hate it because there are men who are like, well, yeah, I did all the masculine stuff as a man, that I'm gay, but how does that make you masculine by you dribbling the ball? That doesn't make you masculine. That's not a masculine trait. We have to really define what masculinity is, and we have to really define what femininity is. Because at the end of the day, each man has a trait of femininity in them. Some might have a lot more than others, but we all have some feminine traits in us. And we as men have to really go deep inside and bring that out. Because that's part of us. So why are we hiding it? Because society says we can't? Because society says we can only be this type of person? Absolutely not. So how are you living your full potential life? If you can't show all of you, I'm be okay with that. Like, if you are a dope dude who could put on makeup and wear a dress and still be bomb as fuck, that's you. And you're still bad as fuck. Like, it has to be more. Like, I love men who can be as open as possible, who live in the truth, who dibbles and dabbles in different stuff and really just owns who they are fully, 100% of themselves. I really feel like we need to stop bottom shaming as well, because just because they're bottom does not mean that they are feminine. Does not mean that they want to be the woman in the relationship. Does not mean that they are not aggressive. Does not mean that they will be submissive to you. There are different ways to talk to different people. Like, if people see my DMs, they'll be like, what the fuck? And then they wonder why I black on dudes a lot. Because you're not just going to come out like, oh, you got a fat ass, or what's good with those lips, or act like, that's how you start a conversation with me? Absolutely not. You need to try that fucking, you need to try it again, or don't try it at all. Because I'm not that type of dude. Like, and then the more masculine dudes who are afraid to suck dick or eat ass and get the ass eaten. It's like, what are we doing then? Because I'm gonna get mine at the end of the day. And so I don't know, I guess this is not gonna work, but we need to be more open within sex. Because sex is supposed to be enjoyable with people that are supposed to have it. So we have to be more open in terms of that. But I feel like we can't because of the stigma that people put upon us that we think we can't do. So, black gay men, like, what are we going to do? Are we going to change ourselves? Are we going to change the outlook? Are we going to stop wanting to be present, but be here? Are we going to really, do the work to change people's outlook on us? Are we going to do the work to really change ourselves before we get into these relationships? Is there really a gay agenda? In my opinion, there's not, because there's still not enough visibility for us, by us. Like, that's why Pose is the most authentic show, because it is for us and by us. And we still don't give our sisters, our trans communities, the trans women, enough respect. We as gay men do not give them enough respect, and that's the problem. Why don't we? What are we afraid of? What makes it so uncomfortable to be around them, or to acknowledge them, or to even be like, sis, you shouldn't do that. You should do it this way. There's not a gay agenda because there's not a straight agenda. If there's a straight agenda, then possibly there will be a gay agenda. But there's not a gay agenda. It is being more visible now, absolutely, because we're tired of not being seen. I feel like we need to be seen more in all varieties of us. I feel like the people who are actually in pop culture, who actually are gay and out, should do more to push us forward. No, they did not necessarily ask for it, but essentially are like spokespersons. Like Josie Smollett. That situation should have never happened. Because now you make us look like we're stupid and we are liars. It should have never happened. The lie should have never happened. I don't know why you did what you did. But you did it, and you pushed us back. As a community, you pushed us back, bro. Mr. Milan Christopher. I understand that. I don't know who you're related to. I think Bill Gordy or whatever like that. But you were the first gay couple on Love and Hip Hop. That was you, because that was mainstream TV. And you did that shit on TV. You made us look like we can't keep a man. We don't know what the fuck is going on. We're petty and shady as fuck. That's how you classify us as. Not as we're good-hearted people, we work, we do what we need to do, we mind our business, because there are gay people like that. We're not all attention whores who are clout chasers and who do stuff for attention. We're not. And I feel like you push us back. And I feel like by you just promoting your ass and your dick, and that's all you think that's going to get you farther, it's not, boo-boo. It's not. I feel like it's nice. It's nice to look at. But what else? What else you're bringing to the table? Because you made it seem like Josie didn't put you on to Empire, but ultimately, even if he did stop your bag, what were you going to do there? Because you don't act. And then by you just being completely naked in front of everyone, I don't see you getting it wrong. Not yet. I feel like you need to really put in your work and stop being naked. I don't know if that's possible for you, but I think that you really need to work on your craft, whatever that is. Because I know you're trying to do music, work on your craft. Do what you need to do so you can help us push this. Bobby Lights. I feel like now you have an OnlyFans page. Like, no comment on that. But I feel like you being in Miami or being from Miami, I feel like you still have a priority or a responsibility to help push us forward as well, because you are out in the open. You are a public figure. You ain't sign up for that, but you sign up to be in front of the lights. You sign up to be ratchet and twerk and do all that stuff on award shows. So what are we doing to help our community? The only one I feel like that's out, that's open, that's trying to help our community is Billy Porter. Billy Porter. India Moore. And of course, Mother Blanca. Her name is on the tip of my tongue, but I can't get it right now. But Mother Blanca, we know who I'm talking about. But I feel like Billy Porter, because he is just so refreshing. He is so open and he's so honest about his sexuality, and he would still do forums. He would still do XYZ to push us forward, to make us not feel like we don't belong. He could one day be in a dress and one day be in a photo suit, and we'll still get that same respect as, okay, that's Billy. We need to start getting that respect, because he's pushing us forward, or he's trying to, but there has to be more people in the forums working for us. We need to stop acting to be seen and be seen. Whether it's us writing, it's us acting, us directing, but when we do that, it has to really just be acting. Or yes, it has to be some sex scenes, but it cannot be every scene a sex scene. It has to be some acting in there. It has to be some devotion, some really working on your craft, or just some dope concept in writing that you can really give to one of these big outlets and channels and promoters or XYZ. But we have to do more as a community. It cannot just be about ass and dick. It cannot just be about sex. It cannot just be about me trying to find a man or whatever that looks like for you. And we all need to really be seen and really walk in our excellence and walk in our proudness, and walk in our blackness, walk in our gay and queerness, walk in our brother and sisterhood. We are all part of the LGBT community. So we all need to really get it together and just stop being so petty and shady. Like, if a person is saying hi, why are we trying to read them for? I don't understand. Why is the person that comes out your mouth something negative? Or why is the person that comes out your mouth is like XYZ? Okay, that's cute, but I didn't ask that. I just said hi. Like, we as people, especially the black community, really needs to do better. And I definitely want to hear y'all opinions on what it is. But definitely there's no agenda. There's no anything. We're just visible. And we need to be more visible than what we are now. Because this is still not enough. Because we still don't see every facet of the black gay male. I would love to see that. Moonlight, I feel like they definitely... It was good, the story that they told, but I feel like they were still scared to go there. Like, yeah, there was illusion that they was having sex, but we didn't physically see that scene. I mean, I'm not saying that we needed to see the Nick and Crannies or anything like that, but we needed to see that lovemaking that men do. That is part of our facet. That is part of who we are. We needed to see that, and we didn't. Y'all fell short. So hopefully the next one that becomes mainstream really goes there, so we can really see us. Thank you for listening to episode 45 of Kimi with the C's channel. Definitely hit me up on Facebook at Akeem Holder and IG at Kimi Holder. And just hit me up and let me know how you think I am doing. What is your ideas? What is your feedback, critiques, what you like, what you think I may, can do without. Or if you definitely want to hop on, like if you want to do a podcast on Anchor, I completely support you in doing it because Anchor is amazing. And if you just ever want to do a podcast, like I think now is the time because everyone's doing podcasts right now. And it's just so free and so fulfilling for me at least. So really just, I have all these stuff on my mind every day. And I just really try to, when it's time to have a conversation do my podcast, I just really want to give you all of me, of all of everything on that topic. And just give you all of my opinions. And hopefully some you agree with, some you may not, or some you may not understand. And that's perfectly fine because on this channel, I definitely want to have this hard conversation that you might not want to have, that might make you feel uncomfortable, or that might make you just question yourself, or your own sexuality, your own realness, or your own truth, or your own loyalty, or just your own blackness. And that is okay. And those are conversations that really needs to be had, especially around these times. So we can really, as people, come together. And it's not a black thing, it's not a gay thing, it's just people. We, as people, need to come together. And until that happens, more and more conversation needs to be had. More about light on different topics need to be had. And thank y'all for letting me do that. Thank you again. Laters.